Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of the Digital Quill podcast with your host, Mars Wilson. I didn't really have much of a subject to really talk about today because today is a mandatory recording day for myself, considering that today's also Minecraft Monday, which is live streamed on Mondays, going to be the third time now on Twitch. Let's kind of just hop into it, and by hop into it, get started with the very first thing that I have written down here today. I did start an email draft for myself, but we're just gonna wing it because I am exhausted. I've been fighting headaches off and on all weekend and depression. So I'm just gonna wing it. Man freed from prison after 27 years for a crime he didn't commit. This is an interesting headline that came across my feed today. Amongst everything that is going on and everything I've learned so far recently, and just in general, it is quite interesting to me when 27 years later, after serving a sentence for, I'm assuming, 27 years, you could release somebody after a key witness involved in the trial confesses 27 years later. Now, I want to put away my judgments because I read the article and I will link it for you in the description below. But let's see, where is it? Officials began to threaten Young with murder charges. Young was the key witness. She ends up telling them a story. And this is the part that gets me. That was enough to get him convicted and sentenced to prison for life. Young's conversation and jailhouse informants. This is the part that got interesting too when I read, is over the years, all the jailhouse informants recanted their testimony and admitted the inmate had never confessed to killing anybody. Which further in the article, let me just get to that part because I am jumping ahead. Brian Hopper Sr., who had been convicted for killing a 77-year-old woman 27 years ago, was released from the Stillwater Correctional Facility on Thursday after Chalaka Young, I think I said that correctly, I'm a horrible human being when it comes to pronunciations, but a key witness in Hooper's trial allegedly confessed to the murder in July. That's July of this year, I'm assuming. It's amazing how he held on to his dignity and his optimism and has never given up, just as his kids never gave up on him. Jim Meyer, the legal director for the Great North Innocence Project, and Hooper's attorney. The county attorney's office also confirmed the state's key trial witness had come forward not only to recant her testimony against Mr. Hooper, but to confess to killing Miss Prasniak and concealing her body. The prosecutor's office said in a press release on Thursday. The judge's court order also confirms Chalaka Young as the witness who confessed to the crimes, according to the documents obtained by ABC News. Today, the courts have affirmed what Brian Hooper, his family, his loved ones, and his advocates have always known. Mr. Hooper is an innocent man. It is our duty as prosecutors to hold the correct individuals responsible for their actions, and that duty demands that we acknowledge our mistakes and make things right as quickly as we can. Yeah, I'm really gonna try to hold my judgments aside. But I do have a question for those involved and everyone reading this or listening to this. What are your thoughts on our law and order in America, or just in general? Again, this is where I want to ask people for their own stories. Tell me anything that you've been a part of or witnessed, because I have this theory after reading this and after being a victim of a actual pedophile of many statuses and whatnot. But I want to know just how we think as civilians the law is on our side. Because I have enough just first-hand experience and second-hand experience from listening to people through the years of the grapevine that suggests to me that it isn't. And then that begs the next question for myself is, what do we do about it? What do we do about it besides the old adage, oh, vote? Because that's worked out really well for all of us, right? Freed after 27 years. He was not the perpetrator, the murderer, I don't even want to say monster, because that's not even what Young was. Young made a mistake. Young made a terrible mistake and should definitely live with those consequences, but I have a lot of different ways I've thought of, and I want to continue to think of, on how we could make the systems better. But I'm only one human being, and I can think about these things until I'm blue in the face. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Send me your story ideas or your thoughts at any of the emails I've ever listed on this show. I will leave that information below in the description. And if it's not in the description on the episode that you are listening to, that might be because Substack has a problem with uploading not only video episodes to Spotify, which I figured out last night after a lot of research, and it's a thing. It's not as integrated as I wish it was, and that's why I need to do some research on website stuff. But 27 years? This man was in prison, wrongfully convicted, mind you, and the only thing that was going to free him was her testimony that she was the one that did it instead, 27 years later. And it's actually beautiful. Hold on, let me switch gears here. Let me go back to the video right here and log into my email, because I think I have a draft at least of my notes. If not, that's an interesting new set of problems. Yes, there it is. Why law isn't right. And I think, is it the same one? Let's see. Trying to find it. Sorry. Think to yourself and remember to do your breathing, as I've stated in other episodes. In order to do some of that breathing I've stated in other episodes, just breathe in for 4 seconds, hold for 4 seconds, release for 4. It's a form of square breathing. There are other types of breathing exercises you can do. I'm sure some of my breathing friends will share them in the comments below for us, or I'll find them and share them in another episode, which I have planned on doing. Breathe in for 4, count 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. Okay. I had literally been hovering over it for the last 5 seconds while counting for 4 myself. In a signed, handwritten statement, Young said, "I am not okay any longer with an innocent man sitting in prison for a crime he did not commit." She shared with law enforcement and recorded conversations that she committed this murder, that she acted alone, that she hid the body, and that she falsely accused Brian Hooper in order to draw attention away from her own guilt. And this is the part that gets me and why why I want to withhold judgment. Or besides the general just don't judge people. But I have never seen a more powerful and compelling recantation confession like this one. If you listen to those recordings, you can hear the anguish in this woman's voice about the enormity of the harm that she has caused the Hooper family, and she really feels it. It's pretty striking. This is one of the reasons why I think law needs to change. It's not... I had these notes started in my brain. They were going to go on paper or the email, but it's why I think law needs to change. It is not for us. I'm going to retract my statement that it's a theory. I no longer think it's a theory. I've never really thought of it as a theory. There is enough story out there for us to be able to prove that the law is not for us. It's for them. It's for the people who have more money than you and I will ever see in our entire lives. It's for the people who want to protect themselves and their islands. And I know that might sound conspiratorial. Do your own research. That's all I have to say. That's... Open your eyes. They do not care about us. Michael Jackson was right. And I know that's a rich statement and a rich person to be bringing into this conversation, but this is, again, pulling everything I've ever experienced. And if you've been here a while, you know some of the things I've experienced, some of the monsters I've faced. We live in a system not designed for people. It's been that way for a very long time. Look around. Are we prospering? Are we connecting? Are we creating in ways that actually fuel our heart's desires? Are you happy in your life? Do you see your friends and family being happy? No. We live in a system not designed for us. And I think we can use our tools and our resources and pool our knowledge and our well-beings and our beings just together to actually design a system made for us. Made for all of us. Not just us, but everybody. Even those we don't agree with. Because quite frankly, violence may never be the answer. I really don't think it should ever be the answer. It could possibly be the answer. Maybe. But I'd like to see it, if you want to think about it in a numbers way, which I like to think of things as percents. It's really easy to visualize percentages. I would like to see violence be 0.05% of the ideas of humanity, because violence and destruction doesn't really do many good things. It can. I mean, think of like the creation of fire and stuff. There's a lot of like pagan and Celtic and other types of traditions that talk about destruction and how it can be good. But I mean like blatant, like intentional, like... You know what I mean, I think. I hope you know what I mean. Control for the sake of control. I don't think we should really be doing that. I think I should retract all of this to bring it back down to my point here of why I'm showing you the article and talking about this. talking about why law is not for us. We are not taught how to handle our emotions, or our brains, or our bodies. We are not taught how to socialize or interact. We are actually forced not to in a lot of ways. I mean, think about what happened when you left school and entered the workforce. How often did you really start seeing your friends? And when did those friendships become work friendships or something to that alike? And I'm not saying those friendships aren't valid. No. I'm saying, like, think about the pattern and the changes of everything. There's patterns here. Patterns of divide, patterns of control, patterns of greed. And we're all subject to it. We're all capable of it. I don't think jailing every crime for years and years is necessarily the way to go. Because you know the statistics. You've seen them, you've read them, you've heard them through the grapevine yourself probably, about how often people become more likely to increase their crimes committed after coming out of jail or prison than when they were, going in. I cannot emphasize enough community, village, coexisting, connection, creation. There are programs out there, and I've kind of taken a personal interest in my life with minimal knowledge when it comes to jail systems and the people incarcerated and whatnot because of my very early on joys of getting to know that world. Ever be 2 years old walking up to a state prison? Excuse me, not walking, I was in a stroller. No? I don't want to hear it then. We are not born bad. We're created, molded. We're forced into situations we don't want to be in. And then we become the monsters that we fear. Which is actually... I want to pivot into something that I like a little bit more than talking about this, and also because my brain power is just zero today from just the weekend. God, I hate my fucking headache episodes with a passion. TBIs are no fun. Okay, switching gears, we're gonna go to the Unsealed. I'm not gonna log in because I don't need to, but we're gonna go to the Unsealed. We're gonna go to challenges. We're gonna go here. And I know I've showed this before, I think, maybe. Yes, I did. Okay. It's kind of interesting in a way, today's episode, when it comes to this and the earlier story, because in a way it's all kind of connected. And the more you listen and watch future episodes, you might start to kind of piece together the narrative in the world and the ideas that is everything, actually. Write a letter to a dream that scares you. Sometimes the goals that mean the most are also the ones that intimidate us the most. Write a letter to a dream that feels overwhelming, risky, or even impossible. Share the fear it brings up, the doubt it stirs, and the reasons you still hold on to it. Let your words explore the tension between fear and hope, and the courage it takes to chase something that truly matters. Let your words explore the tension between fear and hope. Now, before I share what I'm working on diligently in the background of everything else I work on, Um, my dream technically would look like to be a writer or to be a photographer. But the problem is, and I realized this a while ago, and it's always kind of funny when I am met with something that would give me that realization, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's funny. I already am. I already am a motherfucking photographer, a writer. I don't need to chase that dream. I already did it. I'm doing it. So yeah, my dream, I had to realize, was actually something different, because there is a dream I'm chasing, and I care very much about it, and it is the scariest, most terrifying fucking dream of my life, because I know what it entails. Barely. I've barely scratched the surface of what it entails. There's a lot of unknown, a lot of hope, a lot of trepidation. And today, I want to share a little bit of what I am working on. Now, I've talked about the unsealed community before. I'm not going to do that here. Ends up doing it anyway, no. This community, these writing projects, these challenges, I don't enter them with hopes of being voted for. Actually, I strongly encourage you to vote for other people on the community when I share my vote here links or whatever, because I'm like, dude, them. I do it because I love writing. I write through everything. I write so much. I have so many notes. There were periods where I didn't write anything at all, and that was damn near detrimental to myself. I use writing as a form of healing, and also a way to give my voice that's really quiet a little bit more power, and also to amplify the voice that may be screaming at me and I just can't hear it because it's screaming at me. No one likes being screamed at. So when these challenges are presented, I try to do every one, because sometimes there's something I need to work through. Usually there's something I need to work through. And this one was actually kind of a nice challenge, because I'm like, what is my new dream? Since I realized that I already have the other dreams fulfilled. And I'm like, oh. And I was like, oh no. Oh no. So, yep, this is the new dream. And this is still in the early stages. It's not done yet. Nowhere near done yet, as a matter of fact. But, I wrote down the bones just automatically. I barely thought about the words I was writing down until afterwards. But, I'll read it, I guess. Sometimes reading these things out loud to no audience is very helpful. Dear humans of the world, you are the dream that scares me. And I don't mean that I'm fearful of you. In part, I am, yes. But that fear is overridden by the sheer disposition of joy and love. You see, I died a long time ago, in many ways. I don't mean I am dead and gone. No. It's much different than that. I'm getting ahead of myself. My personal dreams are easy. Be a writer, be an author, be me. I don't even care about making money anymore. I'm disenchanted with it, even if it helps people. I've been broke all 27 years, and my actions have helped more than my nickels and dime. I care about you. I grew up in hell, was conceived in hell. My biological mother was on drugs for 7 months of her pregnancy with me. I never met her. I have siblings I'll never meet. My biological father violated me for years, in my sleep. My dad was diagnosed with cancer, and the mother who was raising me and cared for me felt like she was possessed in doing so and hated me for it, a fact that became increasingly more apparent. My dream is you. All of you. I have met monsters, and I have seen the glimpses of the people before them. I have walked with monsters, and I have known the people before them. I have fought the monster within, and I have barely conquered. My dream is all of you. Your stories, your lessons, your dreams and passions. I want better for all. I want love for all, even those that did me dirty. So many have been through so much, and I'm so sorry. I hope you keep fighting the monsters inside. Dear humans of the world, you are the dream that scares me. You scare me because I see you want what I want. Love, peace, calm, create, connect, coexist. Yet divided we are, hateful we are, angry we are. And that's where it ends for now. It's not close to done, but I think I have a decent framework. And probably true to my fashion, within like 48 hours before the contest is over and I can't enter my submission, I'm going to be like, Eureka! And then furiously write the actual final thing. And then it'll be completed, and I'll be submitting it, and then I'll have to come up with a fancy photo submission. Oh. Nah, that's too gauche. I can't do that. I could, though, do something else entirely. Final photo is probably going to be something entirely different than whatever I am conjuring in my brain right now. But something is there, and it helps fit the piece together. I'll see you when the contest is due. My dream is people. I've seen too much. I've seen too much hate, too much anger, too much pain. I've seen the pain of people who caused pain. And I've seen the pain of people who didn't deserve the pain that they were caused, that they were given. I want better for all of us. I want people who cause pain to not cause pain. And I want people to not feel pain. The chances on that are not zero. Because without a little bit of pain, you wouldn't know the difference. Without the rainbow, you wouldn't know the rain or something like that. But I think we can bring those numbers down. The stats I see, the statistics and percentages in my brain that are all laid out for me. And I'm sure for a lot of you too. Make a good choice today. Make a neighborly choice today. We can bring that back. We don't need the bigwigs or the people in power to find our humanity again. We just need ourselves. And with that being said, I have a nap to go take. And buttloads of work to do. So much work to do. Keep going, humans of Earth. Keep going. Don't stop. Take the light that I am trying to hand you and go illuminate other people. Take the light within yourself and illuminate other people. Brighten the world with you. And I guess ironic, the sun was just covered by the clouds. Although, did I get brighter? Whatever. That's odd. Or nature just doing nature things. Who knows? Who knows? Have a great day. Have a great week. Have a great life. You truly deserve it. And thank you for existing. It takes a lot to exist. Especially right now. Keep going. Don't stop. And maybe we'll see a better tomorrow for all of us.